Welcome back, episode 2 of the Magnetic Dog Training Podcast. I'm your host, Louis Magnicari, and today I have a fun one for you, especially if you love movies. Today I'm going to be talking about dog training through the movie Jerry Maguire. I absolutely love movies, and Jerry Maguire is one of my favorites. It's coming in at 19 on my top 40 favorite movies. Yes, I absolutely have a list of my favorite top 40. I'll be bringing more to you through future podcasts, but today we're talking Jerry Maguire. Jerry Maguire, if you are unfamiliar with the movie, came out in 1996. And you know what? I'll just pause here. If you're unfamiliar, if you've never seen Jerry Maguire, pause this podcast, stop your life, go and watch it, because it is an absolute cinema classic. Coming out in 1996, starring Tom Cruise, Renee Zellweger, Cuba Gooding Jr., Regina King, directed by Cameron Crowe. Is it a romantic comedy? Is it a sports movie? I have no idea. I just know that it teaches us about life, and there are so many good lessons throughout the movie that could also teach us about our dogs. So, if you haven't seen it, you're in for a treat. But if you have seen it and you want to hear how it applies to dogs, well, let's jump right in. I think we got to start. One of the most iconic lines. "You had me at hello." It is the end of the movie. Jerry is pouring his heart out to Dorothy. She stops him mid-sentence, tears coming down her face, and she says, "You had me at hello." Such an iconic line. American Film Institute ranks it number 52 on most iconic movie quotes, and it just says it all. You had me at hello. Stop talking. It doesn't matter what you're saying. You have me. And this is our dogs all the time. Isn't this why we have dogs? Because they have us at hello? Sometimes it can get us in trouble. They're just so cute. They're just so lovable. They don't even really have to do anything. All we have to do is look down at them, and all of a sudden it's, "You had me at hello." The connection we have with our dogs is so amazing. And it's not just when they're looking so cute and lovable. My favorite moments of connection is when I am out and about training in the busy environment, and all of a sudden I look down at my dog and my dog chooses to look back at me. They're choosing to connect. They're choosing to look at me for leadership. And I'm just like, wow, you have me at hello. It's not the commands I'm giving it. It's not the obedience they're doing it. It's the connection. And while it took Jerry and Dorothy an entire movie to make that connection, it should not be the same with your dog. It should be those daily moments you're looking for that connection with your dog. And now you could start to think, you had me at hello. But connection alone doesn't move behavior. I mean, after all, it took the entire movie for Jerry and Dorothy to get on the same page. And oftentimes when we're really looking to teach our dog something, or we're looking to get specific behaviors, we got to start tapping into Rod Tidwell, played by Cuba Gooding Jr. He won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. And what's his family motto? Who knows? Rod Tidwell's family motto. It's practically a family motto, and I believe if the dogs all came together, they would be saying it's practically a breed motto. It's "Show me the money." That's right, not show you the money, show me the money. Dogs are so transparent. I love it. They really are channeling their inner Rod Tidwell when they're like, "Show me the money. If you want something from me, I want to see the money." Motivating our dogs is so important. We want them to want to be on the team, and that is what they're asking for. And the money really differs for all dogs. It could be food, it could be toys, it could be praise, especially if you have that golden retriever type dog. But you got to pay them somehow. You got to show them the money. It's not show friends, it's show business sometimes with our dogs. And you got to show them the money, because if they are not listening, it's likely you're not motivating them. Could be a bunch of other things, but got to show them the money. But as we're showing them the money, some people get a little carried away. They think it's only about showing the money. It's where a lot of people mess up, because it's not just about that. Sometimes we're trying to show our dog the money. They're still not doing what we want. We've taken it too far, and that leads us to help me help you. Aside from our dogs constantly asking, show us the money, I think this is the second thing they're saying to us most frequently. Help me, your dog, help you. Our dog is trying to figure out what we want. They want to be on the team. They want to be good boys and girls, but they just don't understand. And if you just continue to throw money at them, throw those treats, praise, toys, it's not going to work. If you think they already know it, you're just going to get frustrated. You're going to think they're stubborn. Instead, start thinking about this quote: help me, help you. And this is from the part in the movie when Jerry is trying to help Rod. It's his only client. He's already lost Cush. And he's just saying to Rod, help me, help you. I am out here doing everything I can, and I just need you to help me a little bit. And remember, in this context, you are Rod, your dog is Jerry, and your dog is desperately saying, I am doing everything I possibly can. Please help me so I can help you. And this comes in the practical sense of maybe bringing your dog to a less distracting area, maybe pulling out a treat and luring your dog to help them, maybe understanding that this isn't the right time to ask them for whatever you're asking, but making sure that you understand there are some times your dog is really, really trying to be what you want them to be, and they just don't understand, and they are desperately saying to you, help me, help you. Because when that communication gets clean, when you can really start reading the situation and understand what needs to happen, oh my God, all of a sudden, you become your dog's ambassador of Quan. Oh, it's a great word, Quan, right? This is a Rod Tidwell classic. Aside from show me the money and just being Rod, he also invented Quan, the whole picture, right? I could just see his hand going across the screen as he explains it to Jerry. It's love, respect, community, and money. And what I really love to focus on when it comes to our dogs is the love and respect part. We want to be making sure, I think above all else is the respect. We want mutual respect between us and our dogs, and that really comes from making sure we are being good leaders, understanding what our dogs are capable of, understanding when to give them support, when to push through, to hold them through high standards so that they can have that ultimate freedom. We respect them. They look back. They know what to expect. So therefore, they give us respect. And of course, with respect comes love. The community aspect of Quan is also really nice. I think we've all heard the phrase, it takes a village. It's a great part of the whole, it's the ambassador of Quan. It's just what we want to be for our dogs. But if I'm being honest, it's not always that clean. Sometimes we are showing them the money. We are trying to figure out what they need so that we can support them. We're becoming their ambassador of Quan. Then we got to channel a character that is only in the first part of the movie. It's Jerry's fiance before that big breakup scene. Sometimes we got to channel a little inner Avery. Avery is pure pragmatism. I could still see her when her and Jerry are about to break up, and she looks at him and she says, I did the 23-hour nose route of El Capitan in 18 hours. I can make this work. And she really is so low on emotions, so high on results. And I think sometimes this is where we need to go when we are working and training with our dogs. I don't think we ever need to go full Avery when she's starting to punch Jerry in the face. That's, of course, never what we need to do. But I think sometimes we need to disconnect a little bit. You know, she says, I don't cry at Christmas. I don't start celebrating Christmas earlier, whatever that line is, whatever that quote is. And you know, we need to just be in the moment, see what our dogs need to do, sometimes do the hard things, even when our dogs are staring up at us, trying to get us at hello. We need to channel that inner Avery so that we can get the best out of them. And I think last point I have on Avery is you never, ever need to call your dog a loser. If you're familiar with the movie, she accidentally says that about Jerry when she's trying to hype him up. And, of course, it sets him off down a spiral. All of a sudden, he's not feeling very confident, so never ever call your dog a loser, because that's taking Avery too far. Just sometimes in those hard moments, when you need to do the hard things, channel that inner Avery. But those moments should be far and few between, because those moments kind of sometimes lead us to looking at our dogs and saying, I don't want to be friends no more. I just have so many good moments. I'm like, this is another favorite part in the movie for me. And I really do love this scene. It's when Jerry starts to be brutally honest with Rod. And of course, Rod bristles at what Jerry's saying. You know, he's saying, I defend you. You are not doing your part. And Rod gets super offended. He looks at Jerry and he says, I don't want to be friends no more. It's because Jerry accused him of not having heart. And that is a capital offense if you're Rod Tidwell. And I think that's sometimes a capital offense if our dogs. Our dogs can get highly offended. Of course, not in the way Rod is. Our dogs are never going to look at us and say, I don't want to be friends no more. But I think it's a two-way street. Sometimes our dogs don't want to be friends with us, and sometimes we don't want to be friends with our dogs. If you own a dog, you can be honest. We've all had these days. Of course, you love your dog, but there are a lot of times you don't like your dog. You don't want to be friends no more. Understand, frustration is part of the process of owning a dog. And I think it's really important to make sure that when you get frustrated with your dog, you take a break, you take a breath, distance yourself, realize it's not the whole process. It's not going to stop whatever you were doing that got you frustrated. It's just a small bump in the road. And when I hit small bumps in the road, I like to think of Jerry's mentor. The name of the mentor is escaping me, but the favorite thing that he says that I absolutely love is I wake up, I clap my hands, and I say today is going to be a great day. And I actually try to wake up like that on more days than not. I think it's an awesome way to wake up, and I think it's a great thing to do when we get frustrated with our dogs. We take the break, we take the moment, we reset, and then we clap our hands and we say, today is going to be a great day. And all of a sudden, as we say that, we start to get into that mode of thinking what our dog does well, thinking about how it is going to be a great day. Because if you can stay in that mindset, even when things are getting frustrated, even when you think you're at the end of the rope, all of a sudden things start to go your way. You start to hone in on what your dog is doing right, which then leads right back to Rod Tidwell. That celebration at the end. Oh my goodness. Another amazing part. Rod gets tackled. He's knocked out. We don't know what's going on. And all of a sudden he wakes up. And even though he's been truculent much of the season, maybe even a little standoffish with the media, all of a sudden he is celebrating. And the entire stadium is going nuts. And it is just a culmination of the entire movie, watching Rod go on this journey from who he is to all of a sudden who he is now. And it really should remind all of us we have to celebrate the wins we have with our dog. The more you can celebrate, the more you can find the daily wins, the more momentum is going to be on your side, and the better it's going to be as you're going through these experiences with your dog. And I'm really talking to the people who are in it right now with their dog, solving problems that might have to do with aggression or reactivity. Or maybe you got a puppy and you're not sleeping at night and your dog's having accidents. It's these dogs and your moments with them that you need to find daily wins so that you can celebrate like Rod. Get down on the floor, do some breakdancing, even if it's something small, even if it's your dog being calm and quiet in the crate for 10 minutes, even if it's your dog walking past a dog on the other side of the street, which is not exactly what you want, but it's something in the right direction. We can all find wins every day with our dog. And all of a sudden, those wins start to turn into progress, which starts to turn into solutions. We're on our way, and then all of a sudden, we're looking at our dog. We have the full picture of everything that's going wonderful. And you start to say the other very iconic line from Jerry Maguire, "You complete me." And if I had video, you could see me sign language just like they did in the elevator. One of my favorite lines. I actually said it at my wedding to my wife, and you complete me. It's the full relationship with our dog. It's when everything starts to align and you become the team you always know you could be. And you could just take a breath, look at your dog, and say, you complete me. A moment I hope everybody has with their dog. Just fantastic. And those are the points and lessons I'm happy to pull out of Jerry Maguire. I had a blast recording this episode. I hope you enjoyed listening. If you have a movie you want me to do, send it my way. Maybe I've seen it, maybe not. If not, I have at least 39 movies that I will take you through with dog training. Looking forward to bringing you those episodes and many more. Till next time, hope you and your dog have a fantastic day. I'll see you on the next episode.